everybody. Welcome back to the 22nd Annual Garden State Film Festival. We are live at the Shared Universe Podcast Lounge at the Berkeley Hotel in beautiful, gorgeous Asbury Park, New Jersey. My name is Ming Chen.
CJ Cullen.
And we continue on with amazing filmmakers, amazing creatives, and we got two of them right to my left. Could you introduce yourselves, please? We'll start over here.
Sure. I'm Patrick Hogan. I was the writer-director of the horror comedy short film Quiet Mom's Working.
My name is Anna Krista Johnson. I play Mom, and I was co-producer.
Amazing. So we have the creator, and we have Mom here in the house. Can you tell us about Quiet Mom's Working?
Yeah.
Sure. It's a horror comedy, heavy on the comedy.
Okay.
It's about a mom who does things in her basement, and like many working moms, her kids don't care that she's working and keep interrupting her while she's trying to take care of business.
Okay.
And I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it
I
yet.
love the pregnant pauses you're inserting
so,
into this description.
So I'm trying to get across what it's about without, because every single person who watches it afterwards says, I did not see that coming.
Okay, perfect.
So that's it. But where it starts with is yes, mom is doing maybe things that aren't necessarily that savory in the basement, and her kids just don't care. Because when they need their mom, they need
What
their
inspired you to write this? When you
an
old serial mom kind of movie?
First off, it was not inspired. It was not inspired by Krista.
Okay.
She's my wife, and I just got to make sure to say it wasn't inspired by her.
Okay.
But it was inspired by, I wanted to do a film with her. We hadn't done a film together in many years because we have kids, and it was hard to both do a project together at the same time. So it was kind of like when I was making my films, she was taking care of the kids,
right.
and when she was doing her things, I was watching the kids. So we're at a point now where we could do something together.
Cool.
And I had never done a comedy, and so that was where it started. I was like, I want to do a comedy, and it's going to star Krista.
Yes.
And I just one day, I was at a film festival, a horror film festival.
Those are fun, aren't those? Are fun to go to.
If you're from Film Quest.
Which
is a great festival. Very different from Garden State, but
the
both
horror crowd is a whole different
it's a whole
can
different
of worms,
vibe.
and they're
Vibe.
fun.
Yeah. I was there, and I was watching a block of comedy films.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about how great comedy films are at any festival that has a lot of very intense or dark or just very dramatic films, whether it's a genre type or just straight drama. How it's nice when the comedy block comes along and you get a chance to kind of let loose and laugh.
You breathe a little bit.
And kind of let go some of that pent up emotion. And so I was like, I want to make a horror comedy.
Yeah.
And I just suddenly had this idea of what if Krista's down in the basement, doing some kind of Dexter-y type things with a body down there. And then we just ran with it and went from there.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you mentioned you have how many kids do you have?
Two
okay,
kids.
And no matter what you do, no matter how unsavory or whatever it is, if a kid needs something, and nothing's going to stop that.
That's the whole premise of the short. Yeah.
Yeah, if they're hungry, they got to go to the bathroom, whatever. Yeah, I got kids myself. You got to take care of them first. So,
So even if you're maybe, I'm not saying mom's a serial killer. I'm just saying that even if you were a serial killer, you still have to stop and deal with issues with your kids.
Yeah, for sure. And they're relentless. They do not stop. They're like Terminators. They do not stop until they get what they need and what they want.
But my younger daughter read I can't remember when she read the script or saw the finished movie, but she said, "Dad, I feel attacked." Because there may have been some dialogue pulled from real life conversations.
Sure. Well, you write what you know, right? And you create what you know. How old are your kids?
23 and 21.
Oh, okay. So they're a little older,
so,
but
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
but they,
now they're, yeah.
All right. Well, you guys look very young to have.
Thank you.
Good job.
We were 10 when we had them.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
How was working together?
Yeah. What was that? Is this the first time that you guys have worked together on a film?
Well, we've co-produced stuff before. Patrick's always the writer-director. This is the first thing in a very long time that I've acted in a project that he was directing, and I think we put on our hats. When you're on set and you're trying to get something, in the can, and you're filming, you're very focused on, or I am as an actor, very focused on the character and getting the shot. So. it shifts you out of that relationship, and so you're just in this is the director, this is what he needs, this is what he's looking for in this shot. And so I think it's, and to be truthful, Patrick is a very easy director to work for. I think he's a great director. He gives really great ideas, talks about the character, and then lets the actors, trusts the actors to do a good job.
How do you go out get the other actors for your films?
Well, I guess you had to cast a couple kids.
Yeah. I'm lucky. One thing is, take advantage of what you have access to. And I live in Los Angeles and I work in Hollywood, right?
Yep.
So I have certain advantages that people who maybe work in out of a small town don't have.
Right.
Conversely, they probably have advantages, probably people more willing to just work for free on their projects than when you work in Hollywood, right?
They're not jaded and beat down by the system like they are in LA.
In LA, everybody does it for a living. So, right? Yeah. Like, they're like,
do it,
what's your budget?
What? Oh, I'm in the union. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't had to do a lot of like cold casting where I've just like held auditions. In this particular case, what happened was I'd come up with the idea, and I was still at FilmQuest when I came up with the idea. Yeah. And there was an actor we met there. He had a feature film there that was amazing, and we were talking at the wrap party, and we really hit it off. And I said, hey, I'm thinking of doing a short film this coming summer. Would you be interested in the other lead role with Krista?
Yeah.
And he said, well, send me the script when it's done. And so I'd seen him, his film, so I knew what he was like.
Yep.
And his talents as an actor, and really liked him as a person. So it was one of those great, and you see them all the time at film festivals, collaborations. I know there's been a couple films here that started as people meeting at other
at the
festivals.
bar, at the lobby here, or maybe even here in the podcast
and the next year
lounge,
they come back with a film that they worked on together.
And that's what we did. The following year at FilmQuest, we had the premiere of this new little film. And then the actor Shane, who plays Dell, the person in the basement with Mom, he teaches acting classes to kids. And so he basically cast the role of the daughter in the film. And then the role of the son, which is a voice-only role, was a friend of mine who's a voice actor, his son. So, in this particular case, it was all people that we kind of knew, and we didn't have to there's no casting.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so it worked out.
Yeah.
Where did you shoot this? I imagine you didn't use your own house. You also said Mama's in the basement, which in LA, basements are very hard to find because of earthquakes.
Yeah. So we did, believe it or not, shoot at our house because we turned our garage into a basement through the magic. Yeah, movie magic. We built a staircase that led to nowhere.
Okay.
Wow.
But with some clever editing, and we made one doorway look like it led to stairs that led down into a basement.
Yes.
Wow.
That was actually just our garage, and we put up fake brick walling in the garage to make it. It was the challenge, not beyond the fact that there aren't basements really in LA's. The few basements I did find, basements are small and they have low ceilings.
Yeah, they're old and they're cramped.
Cramped. And we needed space when you're filming. Yep. What a lot of people don't understand is like you might see two actors in a small little area, but there's 20 people standing behind
with
them,
lights, cameras,
and all the equipment. And where do you put all that if you're in a so? Not only did our garage have a higher ceiling, which allowed us to put lights and things up there, there might be some fight scenes in the movie, so we needed space for that.
Right.
And then what we actually did was we scheduled it such that when we got to the more complicated stuff where we needed more space, we shot that at night, and we literally rolled the garage door up,
so you could
and it was like a soundstage, and literally the cameraman and all the other people were outside the garage filming into like a stage.
You had a fourth wall. That's amazing.
So it actually worked out really, really well.
That's clever.
Yeah.
That's clever for sure. So that's...
Yeah, one of the things I love about Patrick is he has a vision and he will follow it through. And I had a lot of doubts about turning our garage, because our garage looks like a garage.
Right.
But we had an amazing set designer, and just, Patrick he trusted that person to make this look good, and they did their job. And you can, a lot of people don't even know that's a garage, but he has a vision and he's willing to go for it. I had my doubts.
Yeah, well done.
There's if you watch the movie, you can go back and freeze frame the Danny and Dustin, the art department. There's all kinds of little jokes it's
Easter eggs.
it's a comedy.
Okay.
But there's jokes in the credits at the end.
Yeah.
There's jokes in the opening credit.
Yeah.
There's little bits of humor if you read the labels on the boxes in the
Right.
in the basement, not the garage, the basement. Like there's a lot of little humorous things, and they brought so much, and the little details that they brought to the set was amazing.
Those
And,
are my favorites
it
because
made it so
you
cool.
notice something new every time you watch
every
it.
time you watch it, you say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I
did
saw
you
that. I noticed
did you
that."
did you get more in character by just walking onto that set and seeing all those tools and implements of torture and whatever?
Yeah, for sure. And I don't even know if some of the stuff, I mean, there were like jars with weird formaldehyde
Yeah.
and I don't even know what they had in there, but they
Like the old
looked
science
really
classes.
weird and creepy. And so, yeah, as an actor, that does help you get into character. And I don't even know if the audience is necessarily going to see everything, and I don't know if they're seeing everything, if everything made it the cut, so to speak. But yeah, some of that stuff is really great for creating a mood.
Amazing. And what's the shooting schedule on this? How many days?
It was. Do you want to say? Oh, it was a weekend.
Okay,
I mean, it
2
was a
days.
weekend. It was a weekend, and then like a 2-hour shoot on Monday.
Okay.
So like
So
a little,
like 2.5 days, two and a
so,
quarter,
Yeah,
two and-
it was
yeah.
2.5 days. Which, I mean, there was some sections that we were able to go pretty quickly, and then there were some complex sections that took a while. I don't want to. It's like I don't want to spoil
Nope,
the
no, not at all.
Yeah, you don't want
the
to
twists and turns.
Yeah, and you guys.
But it
screened-
was a very quick,
Yeah,
small
that's
crew.
that's very
Yeah.
quick though. Two and change.
Yeah. I mean, we basically shot 6 pages, 6 pages a day on the 2 big days.
Okay.
And then 1 page on the final day.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
We move fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we had 2 cameras going at once,
Yeah.
which was also tricky. And again, talking about needing space for both cameras to kind of maneuver around each other and having to be aware. Extraordinary crew that they caught, the footage they caught.
Yeah. And you guys screened yesterday.
Yeah.
And how'd it go?
How'd it go? Yeah.
I thought it went great. They laughed, which is always
Yeah, that's
what
always
you
a
want in
good
a
thing.
comedy.
Okay.
So
Good. Okay.
yeah,
All
lots
right.
of fun. They had fun, which is what we wanted.
The good news with a comedy is you can, drama or something else. Maybe you're not sure if the audience liked it. But with a comedy, either they laughed or they didn't.
Right, it's an
and they laughed.
immediate,
I heard
tangible
laughter
reaction.
around the room.
All right. Good.
Do you notice at other festivals or through here, like the different audiences? Oh, they laughed at that joke, but they missed that one, or they laughed so loud they missed the second joke.
Definitely. There's every audience has different things that in our film there are 3 or 4 key moments where it usually always gets a laugh.
Yeah.
And then there are, I think, a couple moments where different sensibilities find certain things.
Right.
Some people have very dark senses of humor.
Yeah.
So when the kind of weird dark stuff happens, they laugh, and then other people like the more lighthearted moments.
Yep.
I think if you're a parent, there'll be some moments maybe that resonate
yeah,
more
you definitely
about
relate
the
to.
parent-child dynamic,
Yep.
and if you don't have kids, you'll be maybe more laughing with the other character who doesn't have the Shane's character.
Right.
Maybe identify more with him. Depending on who you identify with, you might find the humor. So, but yeah, definitely every audience is unique.
It's amazing. And has it screened before at other festivals?
It's had a couple screenings at genre festivals, and this
Okay.
was kind of its big, at kind of a mainstream where you
Overall,
where you get an audience that isn't just into like horror.
Okay, yep,
and,
this is- yep,
and
this
this
is
was the
everybody.
first kind of mainstream audience,
awesome.
and so I don't think we offended them. So I think we did pretty good.
East Coast
here?
premiere? Was it an East Coast premiere?
Trying to think.
Or
yes,
Jersey?
this was
Alright,
the East,
cool.
yes, this was the East Coast premiere.
And you guys from LA, you guys flew all the way out. How did you hear about the Garden State Film Festival?
Well, I am born and raised in the Garden State,
Okay.
so this is like my hometown crowd,
Yeah.
and we know this was a bigger festival, and we've been so enjoying this festival. It has a little bit like we've had audience members who are just film lovers, which I love, and then we've had filmmakers and met a lot of really great people that way. So it's a good mix, and
it really is.
And for some of the film festival goers who've been to a lot of film festivals, everyone's commenting on how well run this is, how smooth it is, how just the quality of the screenings and the quality of the film.
Yeah.
So I couldn't be happier to be home.
Yeah,
and,
welcome home, my friend.
Yeah, and enjoying this festival. It's been great.
That's cool. So what's next? What are you working on now?
Well, this is kind of the beginning of this film's run,
Okay.
and then I also have another film that I directed. It's kind of funny. So different films take different lengths of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I actually have two
Yeah.
films that are out on the festival circuit right now. The other one's completely different. It's a drama. What's
What's it
a
called?
teen-
Promote.
That's called Shatter the Glass.
Okay.
And it's a teen social media drama. Although it has a very strong mother-daughter component. So I have two films out that have very strong mother-daughter
Yeah.
components, just very, very different. But that one that one had some graphics and music and it had issues. So we finished that one. It took 18 months to finish that one, and this film we did from filming to finish in less than 3 months.
Yeah. So different lengths,
So they basically almost got finished at the same time.
Right. Okay.
So we've
Cool.
been kind of bouncing back and forth. The last festival we went to was for Shatter the Glass, and now we're here for Quiet Moms, which is great. I mean, it's a great problem to have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of-
absolutely.
I wish I could just travel and do film festivals full time.
I know, right? Wouldn't that be great? To
Yeah,
just,
just live at film
Only
festivals.
If they all came with
If I
like
was independently wealthy.
prize money or something, or a purse, or a winner take all. Yeah, for sure. But
But we're just getting out on the festival circuit on this one, and then we have another short film that we want to do this year, as well, and then we have some projects. We have some feature film projects and a TV pilot. That
Amazing.
we're
Everything.
circling.
We're gonna
so
everything.
we'll do some of
Everything.
that, and then continue doing the day job to fund all
Yep,
all
yep,
these
for sure.
passions.
Yeah, don't forget that, and your parents.
what
Yes.
about you? Are you going to be directing anytime yourself? You going to be directing?
Me, no.
Well,
Well,
documentary,
I
yeah.
am. I'm working on a documentary.
Okay, that's
that's
directing.
So I am directing that. Yeah,
That's big time
but,
directing.
But no narrative. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Acting? More acting?
Always, yeah. I'm always looking for fun projects, and I have this, white hair, so I can kind of play older, which I find really fun because there aren't a lot of actors out there who want to play older.
Right.
I think a lot of in Hollywood anyway. Everyone's always trying to play young. But older characters have. They have a
Character.
story to tell.
They have
They have
character.
character, for sure.
For sure. Awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. Welcome home. Welcome to the Garden State Film Festival. We hope to see you many times.
Yeah,
with all your
hope to be
projects.
back with feature projects.
I
for
have
sure.
no doubt. We're going to be
Right.
sitting on this couch again. It's mark
Yeah,
my
next
mark
year.
my
Year
words, everybody.
25. You got to come back.
Yeah,
Or
year 25.
2025, not
Yeah,
25th
for sure.
year.
But enjoy the rest of your time here at the festival. If you're here, enjoy your rest of the time here. If you're not here, get down here. We got films for the next 5.5 hours
about
for sure.
5 more.
It is not too late. Get down here at gsff.org for tickets and info. Thank you guys so much. CJ, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
guys.
Thanks
Stay
for having
tuned.
us.
We got
Thank
many
you.
more
Coming up.
filmmakers to talk to coming up soon. We'll see you in a bit.